Let me see if I can get this set up for everybody. Give me just 1 second here. I always seem to goof my camera right at the beginning of a live stream. Oh man. Okay. Okay, we're getting it. Hey, what's going on, Epic Filmmaker? How are you? We are just getting started. Hey, FLD, what's going on? Hey, there everybody is. How are y'all doing? As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and today we are going to be doing kind of an update on what's been going on with the Empire of Aeternia, and as well, we are going to just be hanging out tonight. I'm personally waiting for dinner. I'm really excited about it. We've been cooking a stew, or I guess a soup, and I've been super excited about it. Ooh, we also have Tiffany and Moondust joining us and hanging out. We just recently were able to get Tiffany's cat Moondust. FLD says, "Yo, AP, love the jacket." I appreciate it. I appreciate you, FLD. How you doing? How you doing?
He's my little baby.
FLD, I'm just trying to make sure. That is Nathan, right? What's going on, Nathan? How are you? Yeah, tonight we're just chilling. We're hanging out. We got 2 viewers. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. Primarily what I'm trying to do is to get us talking a little bit about what's been going on in the Empire of Aeternia. I know personally I've been away for a minute, just as far as trying to get my classes back in order, and that's been the theme of the last month since we started the year. So I'm going to talk about that some, and I'm going to go into just kind of what the plan is moving forward and how hopefully I'm going to be able to get you guys some more content regularly. I just got to get my schedule on straight first. So for right now, I'm going to play you guys some free beats we got going on by Pink. Always appreciate that. We're going to watch an ad first, because we always do that. Okay.
He's gonna go hide in the closet again.
Yeah. We just got Tiffany's cat 3 days ago? 3 days ago, Moondust. And we're hanging out. He has been kind of exploring the apartment. Yeah, he's been a little bit skittish. He's found like a couple places that he really likes to hide.
There he goes.
Yeah, but
He's trying to at least I'm hiding.
he's just chilling. Yep. Ooh, Richard Taylor said, "Greetings, AP." Greetings, Richard Taylor. How are you doing? Tiffany. Yeah. Richard Taylor, I wanted to tell you I got your application. I have really been wanting to like build up a case to talk to you about, to really have a formal list of things that I'd like to discuss with you before we get into it. Right now my schedule's just been swamped, so to be honest with you, I have been putting a lot of Micronational stuff on the back burner. That's primarily what I've been wanting to talk to you guys about today. It's just how long it has taken to get everything started. Epic Filmmaker said, give the cat a government position. What government position would Moondust be in? I think it could be like head of mice, or like head of rolling around on the floor and like playing with string. That's Moondust. That's accurate. What'd she think? What would Moondust be the head of? We gotta figure it out. But yeah, ooh, Epic Filmmaker said Supreme Leader. Supreme Leader of string. Of all string, he will be Supreme Leader. We've got it. We're trying to get like our setup going here. Ever since we moved in, we've had kind of a time trying to figure out how to make sure that I can still get a solid Ethernet connection while we have these streams and while we set up. So I appreciate you guys hanging out through some of the editable moments like we have right now. Just trying to get everything set up. Yeah. Ooh, hold up. Richard Taylor says, "I'm patient. I can wait." Hey, what's up?
I was trying to fix the camera to be better.
I appreciate it.
Messed
It's
it
all
up.
good.
Look
Yeah,
at me
that's
go.
what I was worried about.
Look at me go.
Yeah, that's okay. We got it. You don't have to mess with that. I got you. So all we do is we hit deactivate. If you guys don't know, OBS is absolutely garbage. Absolutely. Okay, let's see here.
Right where it froze.
There we go. All right, we should have the camera set back up. Hey, what's going on, guys? We have 4 viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out. as always. Right now, we are primarily just talking about how Aeternia has been needing to get back on track, how I personally have been needing to get back on track, and that's been a big issue. Yes. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. Tiffany and I are trying to figure something out real quick. Oh no, ads. Okay. Jeez. Skipping. I'm trying to figure out how to fix my audio. Give me just 1 second, guys. Hey, Rachel Beer, how you doing? Here.
Turn down the music.
Okay. How's this?
Turn down the music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the desktop for sure. Okay. Epic Filmmaker, that's alright. It's good to see you. We appreciate you. So, can you guys hear us now? Oh, goodness. I think it severely is just that. Hold up. I think what I have to do... Okay. I think this is good. What I might have to do is go get headphones and put it on. Okay, cool. Appreciate it, Rachel Veer. Epic Filmmaker, it was good to see you again. Yeah, so trying to talk about the situation with Aeternia has just been weird because it's primarily been based around my schoolwork. And the big thing that I've always said is that I'm going to try and make sure that I get through my schooling and that I have that first. So Aeternia will always be something that's special to me, and Aeternia is always going to be something that I continue to strive for. In fact, it's getting more and more exciting and more popular every day, and I thank you guys for that. But as we move forward, I have to make sure that I keep my own personal life in track and the goals external to Aeternia that I have continue going. So I appreciate you guys for being patient and understanding that. We are still working on some stuff in the background, though, and that's what I'm kind of trying to talk about right now, primarily because I've had to take a step back from everything that I've been doing personal. I guess through Aeternia, I'm now having to focus on some of my personal stuff. So in talking about that, a lot of our new developments are going to primarily be around what's happening with other people. Okay, so they're saying they can barely hear us. Richard Taylor, can you hear us all right? Do you have your volume up? Is it that the...
I just turned on the music.
Yeah, I was going to say, is the music an issue? Let me go grab my headphones.
Right there.
not background noise from that that's actually messing things up. Let's try that.
That one goes to me. Alright, we do have laundry going.
Maybe that helps a little bit.
And another.
Okay, multiple things. FLD says, hold up, our webcam went out again. Jeez.
I was messing with it. Apologies.
You're good. Yeah, once you start the stream, you really can't mess with the camera too much, or it just messes up. Yep. So then you gotta, sorry, pull that out, hit back, and then activate. Oh gosh. Okay. One day we're gonna have this problem so that we never have it again. There's gonna be like a solution to this. Once we figure that out, it'll be good.
A table.
It's gonna
to
be.
Set your stuff up on purely so that it can be better.
I appreciate that. We're
What'd
gonna have
you
a
do?
new. Yeah, I told you what I did.
No.
Yeah, whenever I grabbed the stuff from the kitchen cabinet, I was trying to hand it to you, and I hit my hand on the cabinet.
What stuff?
The beef broth.
When you grabbed it out of the fridge?
No. What was it that you asked for? Oh, I was going to grab a paper napkin to get that stuff off of the, out of that little space when I thought it was hot. And so I tried to scoop the stuff up, and I went to grab a paper towel and I hit my hand. Yeah.
You want one of my waterproof Band-Aids?
Sure. But that's when I was making the joke in the kitchen. I was like, I wounded myself for you. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? Ooh, okay. We're about to fix that. Richard Taylor says he hears music more than he does us. That is an issue. Where's the thing? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn that down to there. Sorry, stream. Yeah, that was a big us problem. Jesus Christ. How about none? How about none, person? Okay.
I'd rather the pizza. I don't want that salad. Give me the pizza.
Sorry, guys. We're trying that. My bad. I understand that
Give me
was
the
terrible.
wrong one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna turn it upside down.
What? Did I?
You did?
Oh, okay. She's right. Okay, here we go. I appreciate you guys. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna sell you.
The
Then I'm gonna get
stream.
in stream.
Cool. The stream almost always is in technical difficulties, so we appreciate you hanging out with us and staying tuned regardless. Yeah, the biggest thing that I've been trying to talk about is saying that, first off, please guys keep me updated with if you can hear me or not. Tiffany's trying to fix my
Battle wound.
my battle wound here, yeah. What I was gonna say, if you guys will keep me updated and keep patient, what we're trying to talk about today is my continual efforts to both grow Aeternia and to do things in my own life. I've been trying to show more of this type of content. This is actually just me putting on a Band-Aid at the moment. But, oh, okay, I'm glad, Richard Taylor. But there are other parts to Aeternian life that are...
I don't understand. I can get that one part. Come on.
that are pretty exciting. A lot of it having to deal with me going through my degree and trying to get personal life sorted out before I can move forward with certain micronational things. I really want to get a schedule for this channel, and I want to get something that's consistent so you guys know what kind of content's coming out when, and so that I can push myself to be better. But as of right now, that's been a bit of an issue because of my personal life and just trying to get everything straight for that first.
Because it's underneath. It's for the edges underneath.
Gotcha.
Oh. Maybe not?
Yeah. That's what I was kind of thrown by.
I don't know. It's still a cool Band-Aid.
Yeah. But I think that helps it to stick better on its stuff. Very cool. Okay, Tiffany's patching me up officially, guys. Also, Richard Taylor, I'm glad you can hear us. I'm glad everybody for hanging out. It does mean a lot. Um, so one of the biggest things that I've been trying to figure out, aside from this Band-Aid situation, thank you. This has been interesting.
You're never getting it off.
Now it's permanently stuck to me. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the Band-Aid situation here, I'd cut my hand trying to help Tiffany in the kitchen.
Tearing your arm.
Yes. And now that's
No,
not the way
you're
that
not
my
doing
arm turns. And so now I have been saved by Tiffany trying to bandage me. And this is a weird Band-Aid that
It's
sticks.
a waterproof Band-Aid.
A waterproof Band-Aid that at first didn't stick to my hand at all and then stuck to my hand too well. So now I can never leave it, and it's a part of the Empire forever. The thing that I have been wanting to hit you guys up with is just to say that I know a lot of the progress in Aeternia has been slow, and a lot of that is based on my life, what I've been trying to do. The next thing that I plan on doing as soon as possible as an advancement for Aeternia is I really want to give a shout out to those people who have helped us so much, and that comes in twofold, I suppose. The first way is that I really want to be able to create a page on our website to say thank you to everybody who has been helping us out and who has been supporting the channel. The next thing that I would really, really like to try and get for us is a consistent schedule for this channel. A lot of the time I'm torn between taking the time out to do a live video and to hang out for a few hours doing that, or whether to put something in as a pre-recorded video. Pre-recorded videos tend to take more time because I plan out what I'm going to say. You know, I write notes for it. I try and get as involved and in depth as possible for a topic that I'm going after, say, or for a specifically scheduled type of video. So most of the time I do these impromptu live streams during the semester when I can't take that time to plan things out. But I want to start getting some new exciting content out there. There's a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to talk about personally in the Micronational community, so there will be a lot more happening and a lot more to keep updated with as far as those types of videos, if that's what you guys, I know some of you are accustomed to seeing me on those and not as much on the live streams, but we have been having better and better participation in the live streams ever since we did that big one in December. What's that?
Would you like a roll?
I would
your
love
dinner?
a roll. Do you want me to go put one in? Put the rolls in?
I'm gonna put them in.
Okay, I appreciate it. Oh, it looked like he was ready. Moondust looked like he was trying to get to pouncing. We were actively trying to watch this cat. Sorry, that's what we've been looking at, everybody. Is this little boy.
Yay, he's chilling. He lay down.
Also, this is the
I'll chill with you guys.
first ever time I've been able to move that camera without it freezing up on me instantly. So
Don't speak too soon. It might just do it in the middle.
I'm trying to cross my fingers as hard as I can. One of the biggest things that we can talk about in larger micronational news has been the development of more nations on Twitter. I have seen in some of what we've been doing. First off, I guess I just have to shout out, thank you guys for getting us almost to 70 followers on Twitter. I appreciate it. And as well, Tiffany's right. I do want to give a shout out to our two patrons, Steven and Matt. I appreciate that. FLD TV says Totina's Pizza Bites or Hot Pockets, says FLD. Totino's Pizza Bites, I suppose, are my go-to, but Tiffany likes Hot Pockets. As well, FLD, I wanted to answer your question from earlier. Sorry about that. When is the Empire going to get more houses? Let me make sure AP, when will we have more than 2 houses for government, or will we? Eventually, that's the plan, but I want the government of the Empire of Eternia to grow like Aeternia does. So right now, in moments of stagnation, we're obviously not going to have a new house. It's just because of the way that my ability to plan and manage has been going. So that's something that I'm trying to develop on my own. But as far as the larger government, I want to make sure that everybody has a stable way to function before we move forward. I want us to, in this month especially, like we talked about, we launched in December, right at the end, to really get kickstarted in January. What we found in January has been that it's been tough to get everybody into a schedule to do specific things, to have specific achievements planned out so that we can have months established in advance for what we want to do, so that we can even have year-long plans and goals established for that. That's been the ultimate dream, is if we can get 2 houses 100% stable and working to where I don't have to do something for a while and yet they can still keep their wheels turning. That's what I would be happy for. This government is primarily to help establish a more consistent platform for the people of Aeternia with Aeternia. And what we're trying to do with it is to have some excitement and some hype built consistently over what we're doing, so that we can show everybody that we are growing, and so that you all can follow along with that process a little more smoothly. A lot of the things I've talked about on this channel have been things that I either have experienced through my own watching of the micronational community, or have been things that I've had to relay over just the course of a lot of experiences describing a type of micronationalism that isn't my preference, or a way that things specifically go in the micronational community that I'd like to see be different. Even reacting to macronational news, such as the impeachment of Donald Trump, was something that took a long time for me to get out after it originally happened, and I just want there to be more consistency with you guys. So I am very excited to have Aeternia grow in that way, and to have government officials set up and created to be able to handle what we're getting into. But I don't want those government officials to be put in positions where they don't know what they're doing from week to week, from month to month, from year to year. I don't want us to have really big buildups of excitement and then crashes, because that's the model that we've been going with already, and we want to get some consistency out there. So just like with our citizenship, we set a bar for what we're trying to do. Just like when we said, hey, we're trying to develop a citizenship that is real and sincere and has an economic value to it that we can track, that's exactly what we're trying to do with this consistency. We want to set a bar with our own government and say, hey, we have a responsibility to the Aeternian people, we have a responsibility to the micronational government to behave justly and to treat this as a growth and a victory for all of us. So the best way to do that for us is to make sure that everybody is consistent, to make sure that we know what we're doing, so that we can have a fluid, smooth outcome to this. The development of a government has never been easy, I don't think, in the history of the world. And a lot of micronational governments are plagued with issues because of the way that they developed something and just decided to keep it that way and to stay rigid. Or we have plenty of micronations that develop who have issue because they can't find enough structure. So we hope to do something in between, and to allow us to grow our government as Aeternia grows, so that each step that we take is something that's more and more solidifying. But at the same time, we don't want to try to rush that and to make this a system that spins its own wheels but doesn't actually produce energy, doesn't actually work. So FLD says, Richard Taylor says, could you and Tiff alternate shows? You live stream, she does a recording, then she does a live stream, and you do a recording? That's a fantastic question. Tiffany should. Tiffany should start her own thing on the channel doing solid engineering work. Solid, I believe in you, solid CAD work. Tiffany hits up CAD like a monster. Solid.
I can do some CAD.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I can do some. I'm trying not to name off programs, but I don't know. I don't know if the voice on your brand name stuff is.
I get you. Still, solid engineering work, Tiffany.
We can
FLD.
design some things.
We should make a total thing, like talking about Aeternia's like science stuff and about you like making stuff. Be super cool.
We have to
Also,
do a video of me making the coin.
yeah, I would
Well,
be really excited.
the mold
Yeah,
for the coin.
absolutely. We can definitely do that. FLD says, and that's another big topic that I'm excited to talk to you guys about, but all in good time. FLD says, I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest Aeternian. I've been around the Earth 13.9 times. Congratulations, Nathan. We appreciate it. Also, happy birthday if you're almost 14. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. FLD says Victory Royale. I'm trying to figure out what that's in regards to. Is that in regards to the happy birthday? Or is it in regards to us trying to set up our government? Because that's something that I do want to talk about. Nathan has been someone who's been a part of our citizenry for a minute now. And has been working under Gray in the House of Others, trying to develop a lot of this policy that I'm talking about now, and a lot of this, these forms to create content for you guys and to set up just a lot. So they've been doing a lot of scouting for us, has been the main thing. Have been looking into what the Micronational world is doing, how people are interacting, what nations are the first ones we want to contact, the way we want to go about that, how we set ourselves up, how we brand ourselves. That's all been things that they've been looking at through the lens of contacting people within the Micronational community, and I'm excited about that. FLD says next month, February 15th, is my birthday. Congratulations, very, very close. Richard Taylor says, be right back. See you, Richard Taylor. Yeah, FLD, that was the main thing that I wanted to say, is that you have been really appreciated here. That's the biggest thing. I know we've been talking a lot on Discord about government positions and stuff, and I want to continue our discussion of that. I just want to explain kind of my thought process, because I feel like I really didn't have that officially out there. And I think it's important to have that as a look into how we want to develop our government. So that's the effort right now, is to try and show what we can do and how we can do it. Okay. You can hit it up if you don't mind. Jet, my friend Jet, Nika Benson, if you have checked out this channel and seen him on here, or checked out his channel, which you very well may have come from. He was one of the first people that I started doing YouTube stuff with, and I am incredibly, incredibly proud for his channel to have been kind of a jump off for this channel, and it means a lot. So he has been hitting me up. We've been hanging out a little bit earlier tonight, as I was helping Tiff, being sort of an assistant for her doing some cooking. And so
it hurts to sit this way. Can I have a pillow?
Oh, the pillow? Yeah, I got you.
It just hurts to sit on your feet like this.
Tiffany does not know the way of the Aeternia.
No, my ankles just hurt.
Yeah, Tiffany has her own style, completely unique. Jackson Gaming says, hey AP, just got here. Glad to see you, Jackson. And we appreciate you hanging out tonight. What have you been up to? How is your Micronation? I know last time you guys were in kind of an interesting predicament with your nation. So yeah, I'm excited to hear more about it. Trying to see
any
what
more
we can have.
memes?
Yeah.
Any more memes?
Oh, I am almost certain there are. Let me fix our window capture. There we go. Okay.
Call me out even more.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if anybody can hear audio.
I feel like you turn it up much. Our audio or the music audio?
You have what? Hold up. What's our audio? That's our audio. There's also, should be, there we go. It's just hella low, that's all. Okay. You guys let us know if you can hear that, if you can hear the music or says, have the same birthday as Chris Farley. That's interesting and also very sad. Chris Farley was super funny. That's cool. How did you find that out? Do you watch Saturday Night Live? Do your parents watch Saturday Night Live? Because Chris Farley, I imagine, died before you were born. Maybe even died before I was born. Chris Farley, old SNL comic, Saturday Night Live. I'm watching. This is a weird commercial.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was weird. A lot of people have been popping up on Micronational Twitter. And here we go. Commonwealth of Cool has been popping off as they always are. 244 followers right now. Very, very cool. We have, as always, Titania Smith from Cascadia hitting it off. That has been super interesting. A lot of these people who had big Twitters initially, at least big Twitters on Micronational Twitter standards, tend to have a similar setup and a similar success rate with their own accounts, which has been particularly interesting. This is interesting. I have not seen this. Official government account of the Islamic Republic of Brazil, another micronation claiming Brazil, January 2021. Hey, this is new. Three-man force led by Sergeant Taj el-Din arrived in Irritable to liberate it from false foreign claims and Western imperialism. Irritable is now free and we plan to build a homeland for its rightful people. Hey, that's interesting. Yeah. I imagined that would happen eventually. That's hella interesting. They started out in January 28th. Yeah, they're killing it. Very cool. They identify as a micronation. They're developing a thing. Promise. Very cool. I wonder how well that'll go. Will anybody defend it? Will there be anybody else that jumps in trying to get it? This will be very interesting. I'm curious to see how that goes and how serious that attempt is, actually. A lot of stuff happened. Ethosia president? Interesting. Okay. Oh, there we go. Micronation of Ethosa. Okay. 74 followers. Hey, there's a lot of governments that are bigger than us on Twitter. You feel me? They're killing it. When did they start, though? Joined September 2020. Okay. Dang, we just been slacking. We just been slacking on Twitter. Ooh, we gotta step up our Twitter so hard. Oh my good gracious. People killing us on Twitter. Alright. 4 viewers. FLD said, I watch SNL and also found out on famous birthdays. That's interesting. That's very cool. Congratulations, man. I hope you can capture a similar level of comedic genius. I believe in you, man. I hope you take something from his inspiring life, I suppose. And also, 2 cool people. One cool birthday. Jackson Gaming says, yeah, pulled through it. Shows bloody pile of micronations. Oh, goodness. Jackson's, once again, being absolutely savage in the comments. President Sebastian, hitting up a whole bunch of stuff. Again, look, President Sebastian's thing, 35 followers. His government, 75 followers. Like, pretty interesting. They both come out, usually the personal account is smaller than the regular one, but I don't know, 27 followers. Joined July 2020. When did we join? A long time ago, huh? April 2020. Okay. Still slacking. Always slacking. Okay. Vancouver. Let's check them out when they join. 2019. Okay, year after us. 2,000 followers. 2,000. They got 2,000. 2K. They got 2K follower. Them boys killed me. Communists, hella big on Twitter. Second really big communist Micronational Twitter. Interesting. Yeah, as of right now, just trying to look through different like Micronational news stuff. Ladonia Herald, trying to figure out what they're up to. 670 followers. They said, um, ooh, Ladonia has its own time zone. If you guys don't know about Ladonia, ooh, oh, this is. Thank you very much. You okay? Goodness gracious. Do you need some help? Do you want me to come in there? You need help? Okay. Tiffany sacrificing her own mortal skin to make us dinner. I'm incredibly impressed and appreciative. Um, I wanna see if she's okay. I'm trying to check in on her. Have you survived, Tiff? I appreciate you. What'd you get burned? What'd you get burned?
A hole in the bowl.
Oh, and then the bowl went.
Got really hot, yeah.
Be careful, cutie. Jackson Gaming says, yeah, over 7 new nations were formed when we were no longer a nation. Fun fact, Rock Nation became... Ooh, hold up, multiple things. Sorry. Richard Taylor says, my birthday is the same as Billy Joel. Congratulations. Billy Joel, again, very cool musician. Hope you get inspiration out of his wonderfully musical life. FLD says very nice. Jackson Gaming says, yeah, over 7 new nations formed when we were no longer a nation. Fun fact. Also, Richard, that's just very cool. Very cool birthday. Now I'm stuck with cool birthdays. Fun fact, Rock Nation became independent for 24 minutes. That's impressive. We need more Jackson News Network information. We had a whole thing for the last like 2 streams where Jackson's been giving us updates on his like war. He's been doing all this stuff to part of his Micronation. Been absolutely insane. Richard Taylor, I usually sing "We Didn't Start the Fire" before going in for a run through the woods behind my house. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Do you do that on your birthday tradition? Or are you like, I do that every day, and it just so happens that on my birthday specifically, I'll sing "We Didn't Start the Fire"? If that's the case, what do you sing the rest of the time? And ooh, I'm so excited. Tits. FLD jokingly said, simp to Tiffany. But the thing he doesn't realize is that Tiffany makes amazing soup and stews. Amazing soups and stews.
You're gonna spill it.
We're gonna start Tiffany's Amazing Soups and Stews Company. TAS.
No, your name not in there.
AS. No. Tiffany's Amazing Soups and Stews. TASAS. Got it. Tiffany's Amazing Soups and Stews. You heard about it here first, folks.
You want a soda?
I would love a soda. Thank you.
Soda.
So that's what I've been sipping on. That's is these soups and stews. Soda pop.
I'm gonna use a different.
So yeah, congratulations, Richard. Also, what do you sing regularly? No, thank you. I'm good. I appreciate you though. I'm just gonna sneak it. FLD says, or Tiffany Sims AP Illuminati. Now I'm staring at her, and she did the Illuminati confirmed thing with her fingers. This is interesting. Now I'm scared, you guys. Now I'm officially scared. Jackson Gaming says, hey AP, how's your economy and inflation rates? That's a fantastic question. Our economy is actually doing very, very well right now. Again, very steady progress. I'm super excited about it. And you would think, AP, you haven't heard any big news. How's it steadily increasing? We've been selling a lot more notes. That's a big news thing. We've had, in particular, like two or three like contributors recently, within the last three, in fact. We have had, I think, 6 sales on the site all overall, even less than that. We had maybe 3 or 4 sales on the site overall as of December. As of January now, starting in January, we have had 4 purchases, I believe. I'll have to double check that, but 4 purchases from our Imperial Market. We have had now 2 consistent patrons. Of course, Steven's been our consistent patron. He's been helping our society a lot. But as well, we've gone from $18 a month, which was his contribution, up $1 a month. So now we're at $19 a month, consistent with one of our citizens, Nathan. Not Nathan, excuse me. One of our citizens, Matt, supporting us. I, for some reason, always get Matt and Nathan confused. I don't know why. They don't have similar names at all. But Matt has been the one that has been helping us out as far as that. Nathan, as you guys know, helping out with the House of Others and that development. Tiffany brought me a roll.
Is it warm enough?
It's delicious.
Longer?
No, they're perfect. Thank you. Very good. Very solid.
There's one more. I figured you might want to.
I appreciate you. And Tiffany now is joining me for dinner, so we're gonna hang out. FLD says our economy doing way better than Wall Street on Wednesday. FLD hit a bar just now. Nathan, I'm impressed. But that's correct. Our economy is doing very well. Jackson Gaming made a meme. AP sells notes. Economy. Yay, I grow big. I guess it's like the money machine go blur thing. That meme. Yeah. We are doing very, very well. Our Imperial Market's growing. Like I said, our Patreon's growing. The thing that I like about our Patreon growing in particular is that our Patreon is something that's every month. So especially it being now 2 citizenships that are in part being covered through their citizenship tax through the Patreon, that is fantastic support for our economy. That helps to stabilize us and build us toward larger goals. What we want to do at the end of this year, we have already been slated to try and reach $50 a month, consistently making through all of our platforms. As of right now, as of this month, I think we may have surpassed $50 a month, considering our Patreon and our sudden spike in views from our sudden spike in purchases, excuse me, from our Imperial Market.
It's super windy.
It is. We're going through a little bit of a storm right now, actually, guys. In the Northern Territory of the Empire of Aeternia, we are getting...
It sounds like someone's like at the patio going...
It does. It's very creepy. But yeah, we're going through a little bit of weather right now, guys. This is interesting. Weather report soon. The biggest thing...
I'm a leatherman, not a weatherman.
Is that from that show?
I don't know. I know a person whose last name is Leatherman, and they're also an engineer, and they're like, I'm a leatherman, not a weatherman.
That's hilarious. He builds
I don't know
things.
if that's like a legit thing, but yeah.
That's amazing.
That's a legit thing for them, because their last name, but yeah. They say it all the time. It's funny.
I wonder if like that's a dad joke that's just been passed down forever.
He's not a dad.
No, but maybe his dad passed it down to him.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, these are interesting questions. Tiffany said the guy that told her isn't a dad. Of I'm a leatherman, not a weatherman, but I bet that's a dad joke. I guarantee that sounds 100% like fresh dad jokes. Richard Taylor says, I'll probably be buying Aeternian currency on the 5th or 6th of next month. It'll probably be a $10 to $15 purchase. Whoa! Richard Taylor hitting us up with another big purchase. I appreciate you, Richard.
I want Mondes to have dinner with us.
As well, I have seen, you know what, Richard, if you don't mind, let me hit you up with Alliance stuff right now. If you have time, let me see. Gmail,
What is
not that Gmail that I'm trying not to show on screen, but I did. Um, just regular Gmail, I guess.
Do you not want it?
There we go.
Do you not want it? Isn't that good?
Yeah, so yep, we got these purchase orders. I'm really, really hype. Really, really hype. This is helping us. I can give you guys at some point um, a great setup um, for that. Richard Taylor, hey, you said greetings, AP. I'm humbly seeking citizenship. Um, let me check out the form. Because didn't you also send an alliance form, Richard? I just want to make sure I'm checking all the right stuff for you.
Doing business on the stream.
You know it. I have to. I want to make sure I get stuff done. So you guys are also seeing how I just go through things. Before I dox anything for anybody, I'm going to stop doing that. But I do need to get back to applications. Richard Taylor, did you ask about alliance? Because if you're just asking about citizenship, I can talk to you about that like right now. I mean, we can also continue a conversation about that, but I can talk to you about that right now. Also, while we do that, I'm going to change our subscriber goal. No, 2,000 is accurate. I just need to update what the amount is. The current amount is 68, I think. But I'll leave it for now.
I may have burned a set of meat initially, but you can't taste it.
Ooh.
It doesn't taste burnt.
Uh-oh.
Because I forgot to use that oil the first time.
I don't know. I bet it's not terrible. I like it. Ah.
I always like this color. I like it when the potatoes turn like orange.
Let it soak up all the juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're having again Tiffany's amazing soups and stews out now. Buy at your local theater. You ever forget that soup is supposed to be?
That's the thing.
What?
Theaters can't really do much right now because of COVID. If I'm like amazing soups and stews at your local theater, I'm keeping theaters up and running. They're jump on that.
Multiple things.
Yay! He's out and about.
So, multiple things. Jackson Gaming. I'll hit you up real quick with your question, then I want to get back to Richard Taylor talking about citizenship and stuff. Let me get out of this stuff. Hang out with you on Twitter. Richard Taylor says, ooh, multiple things. Aiden Wright hit us up. What's going on, Aiden? How are you? It's good to see you. If you don't know what this channel is, we are a Micronational YouTube channel. We're trying to create a country. So if you're interested in that, hit us up. We were just talking about how our economy is doing. We have 5 viewers all of a sudden.
Spelled.
Yeah, it's spelled different. It is interesting. I've come on here multiple times and seen people with like my same name. It's really interesting. Yeah. So, talking about um, talking about investing in an army. I don't know about that. I think Aeternia has always tried to be, um, you know, anti-war, anti-violence, and I think that's still our approach as of right now. I think we, um, a real nation. That's the interesting part of your question. I feel like we are a real nation. We are attempting to build the foundation for our real nation actively. I am a real citizen of a real place called the Empire Britannica. We have other citizens who are real citizens of a real place called the Empire of Aeternia. It resides here with me and with those citizens. Um, and so as we continue to develop, right now we are getting larger and larger and stronger and stronger. Will we ever need a military? I hope not. If we ever do, that shows that we're in some sort of defensive position. I don't think we'll ever be prone to attacking people using a military. But all is way, way off in the future, and I don't think we are seeking that route or that approach. So, yes, we are a real nation. Yes, we are trying to grow and develop. Um, I hope we never have to use a military. I don't think that would be the plan. Um, uh, Multiple things. Aiden Wright said hello. Aiden Wright said, ooh, hold up. Richard Taylor said, nope, just citizenship. They said we have bad weather here too. Ours is supposed to be a wintry mix. Good luck. A wintry mix sounds interesting. Here it's been very, very cold, especially being in the South. We don't usually, feel like we experience cold, but we do. And I'm sure it's not as bad as somewhere up north. They're, being in Canada and stuff, just absolutely freezing.
I was surprised to hear that Michigan, over Christmas, just stayed in the teens.
Ooh, interesting.
We like hit the teens a couple times at night. I mean, not during the day,
Yeah.
so it wasn't as cold here. But we did occasionally hit the teens. And when my boss went out for her vacation stuff, she said it stayed in the teens the whole time.
That's cool. I didn't know. So yeah.
Well, usually around Christmas it is like below freezing or whatever. So I was just surprised it wasn't that cold.
No, 100%. I think a lot of the time it depends on how those like weather patterns emerge. I've seen just like Weather Channel stuff, people talking about that where they say that like all of a sudden there are these big fronts that'll come in and just make everything insanely cold in one particular area.
Yeah, that's the other crazy thing. There was a time where like 4 in the morning it was colder in this area than it was in Alaska. It was like, same timing, colder here. Crazy.
It's also really cool to be able to see those like radar maps and see how that it changes all around the world. Just how those constant wind patterns is evolving and evolving weather conditions just flow around the earth.
Look at my cute table.
Tiffany does have a cute table right now. She's sitting at a chessboard. It's beautiful. I like it. It's sophisticated.
Hey, my mess up. It hasn't yet. It's still like reading my movements.
Yeah, she's killing it. Da-da-da. So, multiple things. We're going to answer all these questions. 6 viewers. First off, thank you guys very much. If you can, like the stream as well. It helps.
Almost all of our lights are on.
Yeah. You want to turn off some of the lights? I got you.
Save energy, save my wallet.
I feel me as well. Ooh, multiple things. New World Mapping said, wow, thank you very much. New World Mapping, if you don't know, we are a Micronation YouTube channel. We're trying to create a country, and we are a country. As we were just talking about, we're trying to develop and grow a consistent economy. But as of this point, we have land, we have citizens. We're well on our way to what the UN would consider citizenship. We're going to push a lot harder for that. We're going to get our own land, larger, more officially established, legally established as such. But we're well on our way. Multiple things. Aiden Ray said, hello, said Richard Taylor, you member of the Libertarian Party as well? Richard Taylor said yes. That's interesting. Aiden Ray said, AP, if you're going to have a physical nation, you need a military to survive in this world, especially if you find oil. That's very interesting. And I could see that. I, again, hope that never comes to that, but I understand. FLD said maybe not, maybe for AP not having an army, maybe a well-trained militia. That's an interesting question. I could see that. It just depends on what our defense needs are at any given moment. For right now, with a lot of our stuff being internal to the United States, that has been our primary means of defense. Is just those governments and organizations having pre-designed uh, defense forces that we can call upon and that don't mind coming to our aid. Um, Jackson Gaming says, "Sorry, let me clear myself. I meant like when at the point when you're a big deal, so some other nations might want to go to war. I myself will have an army uh, as just in case the worst comes. That makes sense, and I understand that. Again, I just think it depends on what stage we're at and how we develop. I don't see that happening anytime soon." Richard Taylor
I think
says,
it's a rite of passage.
"Makes sense."
Like when rappers start to get big, they always complain that other like lower end rappers are like claiming their stuff
Yeah,
and like bashing on them. So if you start to get big enough and people are like bashing on you, you know you're getting big because more people are making like a big deal about it.
that makes sense. Um, I agree. I think at a certain point, yeah, whatever like headaches we get, we'll deal with and try to continue to grow from. Um,
What was your
I'm
favorite part
gonna
of high school?
hit mute on that, so we don't have to listen to that whole commercial. Oh, it's gonna blast that long anyway.
There was also one once that goes into like an inappropriate joke thing.
It is. It played me. I'll tell you that much. Multiple things. Aiden said, "Wow." Because Richard said Lake Tahoe got Lake Tahoe got 7 feet 4 inches of snow last week. Everybody said, "Wow." Both Aiden and New World Mapping said, "Wow." Jackson Gaming said, "Welcome." Yeah. I definitely hope everybody's doing well in Lake Tahoe. That sucks. I'm sure that led to some quite inconvenient times of getting stranded out in the snow. Also, I know especially for anybody who does stuff on the water, freezing weather conditions are deadly sometimes. So I hope everybody's okay. Aiden Wright said if it works, it works. New World Mapping says I know. Aiden said, have you thought of occupying Ernest Talman Island? I hope I'm spelling that correctly, but it's the last part of East Germany off the coast of Cuba, not claimed by both Cuba and current Germany. But Cuba won't let anyone develop it. Okay. First off, thank you. You said music very loud. We are going to turn down our music substantially. I hope that helps. Please let us know. Gotcha. Okay, wait. Output capture, input capture. Where are we at? There we go. We're not turned up at all. Okay, how about this? How is this, guys? Do. Hey, guys. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So what I did, I just turned up our input capture, audio capture, and I just turned down our music. So hopefully that helps. All right, music better now. Okay, cool. Let me know if I'm too loud. Let me know what happens. I turned us up because everybody was saying we were quiet. So we got it hooked up now. FLD says they commies. Interesting. Jackson Gaming said, well, some reports went to see that land and Cuba see that it was just renamed, not gifted. Richard Taylor says music is a bit loud again. Okay. Awesome. Everybody's good. Yeah, that would be very interesting. But again, I think starting off your claim with just messing with another nation is probably the wrong way to go. Because it's really easy for a nation who already has some claim to the territory and some resources occupying that territory. If you go to claim that, even if it's only in paper that they occupy it, they will still come and mess with it. They'll come and take it back, and they'll have claim and justification legally and historically to do so. So that's a hard thing to just jump on something and claim it, especially if it's already been used at any point by other people. I think your best bet when trying to do things like that is to make stuff yourself. Richard Taylor said, yep. Jackson Gaming said, hey. Aiden said, so will your future nation be free market capitalism or command economy? That's a fantastic question. Y'all are asking some really banger questions right now. Let me hit up some more music, and I will tell you guys some more Pink specifically. So for us, that's kind of a hard thing. First off, 8 viewers. Thank you guys for popping in. Elijah Wood said, "Hello, AP. How you doing, Elijah?" As always, if you guys know, we're a Micronational YouTube channel. So if any of you guys are new, definitely make sure to subscribe and like the video for us. It helps out a lot. Helps to get more people in here. The more that you guys have liked this video already, we've seen the views spike. So the biggest thing for me is trying to ensure that Aeternia does something real and sincere. And so, in trying to develop our own land, we want to make sure that we allow the maximum amount of freedom for people. But we want to do so. Ooh, Tiffany's showing me like weather bug stuff. Yep, we're just having kind of a storm right now.
But we're hitting like all of the slider parts. We get like one little small patch that's bad. But
there's a lot more going on around us. We're just getting some of it, just the tail end of it.
If we were in the main part of this town, it catches good.
Yep.
But
good
as
thing.
of right now, we're pretty much in just rain and like probably hearing the thunder that's further away. But we shouldn't really get too bad. Not too long ago, where my parents live, there was a big tornado warning that went on, and it was supposed to be headed our way.
That's crazy. Y'all be careful. Tell them, be careful.
I only knew about it because someone else hit me up, and they were like, "Yo, I noticed there's like a thing in your area. You guys good?" And I'm like, "Good.
Good.
Everything's good."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't live in that area anymore because I moved, but.
Multiple things. Aiden Wright said 8 viewers. Pog, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, now we're back down to 6, but it's fluctuating, and it's surprisingly late for people to be hanging out. I appreciate it. Richard Taylor says, so will your future nation be free market capitalism or command economy? I think it's probably going to be a mix of both. We want to allow freedoms for people.
Can you see him?
A little bit.
He was at the end of the bed.
Right. Yeah.
He's still there.
Yay. It looks like he's by the foot of the bed. Yeah, he's just tucked away. He's looking.
Just trying to make sure he's not hiding as much. I want him to get used to the area and move more about. I mean, if we're gone, it's okay if he hides, but I want him to be more used to it when we're here.
So that's one of the big things. Is that we're gonna have certainly a command economy because we're gonna want to make sure that things stay on track. But it's not purely command. We want to have a lot of dealing with people starting their own nation. We want free enterprise. We want their own nation. Goodness, their own business. We want free enterprise. We want individual development, but ultimately the course of Aeternian development, the way that we progress, will be command. So we're a monarchy. We're always going to develop the way that we need to first. But we always want to be a friend to just the open market. And we want to encourage for our own citizens to be a part of an open market. So that's a great question. It'll be a mix, to tell you the truth. Richard Taylor says there's also the 200-mile shared economic boundary if you try to start a nation on an island. That's fair.
Eat your food.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's the thing. You can't just take another nation's land. You generally have to start your own.
Where did you stop?
Richard Taylor right there.
This one? This is the one you just read?
7 viewers also. Thank you guys very much. Let's hit up some new music real quick.
Alright.
Yeah.
I got you.
You got me. Tiff
I got
me.
you.
You gotta hit free for profit though. Ooh,
I didn't mean to tap it.
That's alright. Hit that.
It was an accident. I wanted to go scroll over and it went this one. That's not what I asked for. I'm gonna just go here.
Okay. Yeah. That's the best way to do it. Yep. That's the best way.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Just did that one earlier. Let's do this one. That one looks nice. Still muted. Oh, but it is jump straight into music.
Mm,
Here.
nice. Okay.
And the last one is that one.
You could go to a remote island in the middle of the ocean where no nation owns, and boom, now United Nations is talking about your nation. But that's not really a thing anymore. Like the Pacific Ocean was one of the last places to be claimed by humans, and that was still claimed. Like all the land on Earth, besides Antarctica, has been claimed by humans for like thousands of years. I think at least the last 1,000 years or so. But yeah, people have been on all out. You know, Hawaii. Hawaii's out in the middle of the ocean, but Hawaii is a land that's been colonized by people and popularized for over 1,000 years, if not more. So there's not really a place you can go where there's nobody already, and you just have to respect that those people are doing their own things, and you don't want to disrupt other people's lives and their economy and their way of living, if that's what they're happy in, to mess that up or to make their life worse. You always are trying to improve the world, so make a new place, do your own thing, but don't try and steal somebody else's land and resources in order to do it.
This one right here.
She can be the Aeternian weather woman. Tiffany will be Aeternian Noah. You guys know what Noah is? North. No, not Noah. Noah's for. Oh, dang, I goofed.
What are you thinking?
Noah's like aquatic. Yeah. What is it? What's the weather one?
Are you talking about the one first? Who's Moses?
No. The Aeternian. There's an acronym for like the government's like weather station. NOAA is, I thought what that was, but NOAA I think is for the ocean.
There's a, is it a radio or is it a weather? There's some place called the BBC, which is the Birmingham something something broadcasting.
Broadcast Center or something?
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
But it is weird initials.
FLD says, thanks, man. I need to know at least the city where AP and where all of our citizens live. Oh, sorry. FLD said, could I possibly make a map of all of Aeternia's claims to show how big the empire is, or is it a dumb idea? So I will say, FLD, it's not a dumb idea at all. The reason we haven't done something like that yet is because that does require like doxing people. And so while we want to show Aeternia and how large Aeternia is, we don't necessarily want to physically outline people's houses for anybody to see, because if anybody is targeting us for something, or if anybody ever wants to cause problems for Aeternian citizens, they shouldn't be able to just easily access where every Aeternian citizen lives. So we will do something similar in the future. But we're not going to do that right now. The best way to know about that is to look at our citizen count and to look at our territories on our Micronational map. Those are not too far from our territories, but they're not the exact GPS coordinates of our territories.
Elijah says I haven't been getting notifications for your YouTube channel for some reason.
Ooh, Elijah, do you have the bell notification clicked? And if you do you specifically have it set to all notifications? Because YouTube will get people on that. There are a lot of people who subscribe to this channel and every other channel who don't ring that bell icon. So if you do, that's one thing Nick says on his channel all the time. Ring that bell icon because that's what it does. YouTube set up a system a while back to I guess, affect their analytics, but it has caused people a lot of issues. If you want to make sure you see our content, please do hit that bell icon. Make sure it's set to all notifications.
What is that weird?
And let me know if that helps, Elijah. Jackson said, no good idea, FLD, and he's referring to this person. Good idea. FLD says, thanks, man. I'll need to know at least the city where AP and where all of our citizens live for territories. It's an interesting idea. Don't do that. For like national security reasons. Don't do that.
And
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just don't do that.
Richard Taylor said you can't claim any island that is inside 200 miles of nearest nation or territory thereof.
Right. FLD says, yeah, so almost every island has been claimed. That makes sense. Aiden Wright says, have you thought of using a platform like Restream to stream to both YouTube and Twitch to expand your audience? I would actually love to learn more about that. Can you stream two actual things at the same time? I know two streams on two different platforms at the same time.
Or one stream for two different platforms.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you.
Yep.
One stream for two different platforms for the same device? Because if so, that's really cool, and I would love to do that.
Right here.
Richard Taylor says, yep, Antarctica has the last piece of unclaimed lands. The only other option is seasteading. Yep, and that's a very good option. Jackson Gaming said, me looks at everyone, dumps sand and water. Island, this is an island now, and it's mine. I appreciate it. That's what a lot of people have actually tried to do.
You're going to need a lot of sand.
Yep.
A lot of sand.
China just straight up did that. And United Arab Emirates.
Or watch the land patterns to see when the next piece of land is going to float back up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not necessarily float back up, but that the water like lowers itself, the tide lowers, so that you have land.
Yes.
Or just watch for underwater volcanoes, because that's what they do. They build land.
Aiden did already hit that up before I did. So this is what China's doing to expand their nation. Find shallow parts of the sea and build island. Overpopulation solved. Makes sense. Yep. That's a solid plan.
Yeah.
Tiffany wants to pick. Tiffany wants to pick all the music, but we gotta go back to Pink though.
I'm doing that. You're the one who clicks from the, like, here's some options.
I never do that. Not ever.
You've been doing that every time.
I've never ever done that in my entire life.
I toasted that bread just for you and you sogged it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one up there too.
No, that's how you eat it.
I mean, I ate mine kind of like that, but only where I wanted it to get soggy. I didn't want it to actually sit there.
That's a thing. People do that. It's a life experience.
I like that one.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought it was a fire, but it's a moon.
It's the moon.
It's the cycles of the moon.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, you wanna hit up some memes and come back to the comments? So you can finish your food.
So, Jack. Oh,
you wanted to read another one real quick?
Please. Okay. So Jackson Gaming said, yep, yes. Jackson Gaming said you could black out the map for like 10 miles, then overlay the outlines of the nation. Be like, maybe shift it by like a couple thousand feet, and boom, you got a map. But that's weird and not specific. Also, we have a Micronational map that does just GPS point people out, so it would just be too specific. Aiden Wright says, yes, Restream offers that on their free plan. You stream to the two or more platforms at the same time on the same device, and the chats are combined, so you don't need multiple screens to watch chat. Ooh, that's their free plan? I bet. I might hit that up. Thank you. Thank you, Aiden. Elijah Wood said, almost all islands have been claimed, but if you live on an island, you can become a separate country from the one because of a UN treaty. That's interesting. Also, Elijah, did it help? He said he didn't mean to send that yet. That's very cool. Well, real quick, did it help? Did trying to do the notification button help? Let me know. Richard Taylor said, by the way, I'm the one that talked about making a micronation on a ship. It won't work. All ships must be registered to existing nations. I mean, it depends on how you did that. If you registered a ship. Your own. That's true. Well, but again, I think it'd be like, if you tried to sail it out, then you would like get in trouble. Like the people would just stop you and be like, where's your ship?
You get license?
Yep, they'd hit you up with license and registration.
What you gonna do about your boat? Your PC?
License and registration.
License and registration, please.
Yeah, just hit it up. So you could.
A license for that?
Yeah. You do.
You don't have yours.
Yeah, not for Alabama. So I need to do that, but with with talking about a micronation and developing its land from seasteading, that does just make sense though. You can have, without too much difficulty, a boat that you'd have to have a nation before that to actually keep up funding for it. But if you can resupply your boat constantly, there's nothing that says you can't take a boat, drive it out into the middle of the ocean if it's big enough, and then constantly drive other boats to it as a landmass. And then it can be registered to whoever. If it's out of their territory, they can't do anything about it.
I forgot to buy the stuff you needed on my way back home. I'm hanging out with my family.
Oh,
well, I wasn't able to drive back home because my car was messed up.
yeah.
We forgot to stop at the store.
That's all good.
Dude.
Yeah.
You could use my nice smelling deodorant. You can smell like a girl.
I would love to.
It's really sweet. It's fruity.
I'm trying to read chat as well, so forgive me, guys. Okay, multiple things. Aiden said, that's how ships get away with selling alcohol beverages. That makes sense. Richard Taylor said, I read the maritime laws. There's no way around it. But maritime laws are created by... Are maritime laws a UN thing, or are maritime laws based on a specific nation? Because if each nation has different maritime laws, then that's interesting. Aiden Wright says, that's how ships get away with selling alcohol beverages. Aiden Wright said, Richard Taylor, the UN overrides everything. I think that... I don't know. That depends on circumstance and stuff. The UN's just like an agreement between nations. So
what is that tab?
This.
That one.
Yeah, this is our goal thing. Help us get to 2,000 subs. Right now it's at 121. It shows the percentage that is, but that's actually not accurate.
Why is that? Why does it like circle some spots but then not others? Because sometimes it has this box and that box.
Yeah, it's just whatever I click on. I can like move these things around.
Oh, just you. Okay.
Yep. This just shows my view of like being able to move things around and stuff, and people would see that on the stream if I was moving stuff around in real time. But I'm not gonna do that to you guys. Multiple things. Elijah Wood said almost all islands have been claimed. We've talked about all this. Elijah Wood said I did check the bell, but it wasn't set to all now, so it is, so I should be good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. They do that, and they smite other smaller YouTubers like that. Also, if you guys will like and share the videos, that's like incredible help. If you guys actually do share the videos, that jumps up how much YouTube will show the video off.
Slowly building up to your 9 views.
You know what? We're almost there. We're at 7 viewers right now, and I gotta tell y'all thank you very much for that. We're talking about nations doing seasteading and stuff. Jackson says, AP, we have a bad party in the Rock area. They have the same ideas as Rock Nation. We're planning to do something. Can't tell yet, though. Good luck. Richard Taylor says they're by international agreement.
Are you wanting more food? Or can I go ahead and put that in Tupperware and put it in the fridge?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you want the other roll? Because I only made 3.
That's
And I didn't think I wanted to, but you might have wanted to.
Okay. I appreciate it. Is there anything I can help you with?
Nope. I'm gonna just go put it away. I just don't want to leave the Instant Pot running to keep it warm if you're not gonna have another bowl.
I appreciate you too. Thank you. Aiden says international waters are enforced by the UN, so no one can stop you from staying out at sea for long periods of time. Aiden Wright says once you're out of the nation's water in international waters, agreed. FLD says can't wait for the Dutch East Indies Part 2. Richard Taylor says, well, the cheapest ship I found was a cruise ship built in the 1960s and costs $550,000. The cheapest ship you found was a cruise ship built in the 1960s costing $500,000. Yachts can just go out far into the ocean and stuff. Like there are private yachts that go far out into the ocean. There are lots of vessels that can technically make it out there. It's just, can you resupply yourself and can you actually build while you're out there, which all will cost millions of dollars. Yes, seasteading is something that will take millions of dollars over a long period of time. That's something that, people have been trying to develop for a while and will eventually master. There are nations mastering it, and eventually, pretty quickly, there'll be private businesses mastering it, and individuals mastering it. But it just comes with money. All of that is very, very expensive to try and do and to keep up. And so it's not that it's not worth trying. You absolutely can, but I would recommend not starting with that. I recommend not saying, okay, well, I'm just an individual. I'm going to go out at sea and spend, $200 million trying to set up a country, and also figuring out how to actively keep it funded and growing and making money so that when I eventually run out of money to give it, that it will be able to produce what it needs to survive. Incredibly hard thing to do as an individual, even as a business entity. But the more finances you have available to start out with, and the more consistent and purpose driven those finances are they specifically for that purpose or for something else, will determine how long you can keep that up. So all that being the case is just telling me, for the common micronationalist, don't start that initially. That's not the way to go. For just about anybody, I would recommend you not do that. I'd say if you really feel like you have a claim and if you want to try and go after micronationalism in a realist setting, you have to do so by first just starting an economy, getting a group of people together that know what they want and are trying to make it so. By just throwing yourself uh, into this concept of micronationalism and saying, well, I'm going to just go straight for seasteading. Well, sure, but what that means then for you as a nation and for how sincere you can be is debatable. I can take a boat and rent a boat and drive it out into the middle of the ocean for fairly cheap. And then I can say I started my nation, but I have to drive back in and get gas. I have to come back in, and then people say, okay, well, how legitimate a claim is that if you have to go back and live in your host nation anyway?
You wanted more. You wanted me to make more because it wasn't enough.
And now we have a whole bunch.
This is like filled to the brim.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Last time we had very minimal soup leftovers because Tiffany makes bomb soup. And it was lamb and it was so good. You guys remember that from the stream. Now, this is beef stew. Oh, this one's lamb as well?
No.
Oh, this one's beef. And I was super, super hype about this one. It's delicious. Tiffany's handing me a bread. I'm good.
Can you share it with me?
Sure, I'll share it with you. I'm going to share a bread with Tiffany. Thank you. So, I feel like what micronations absolutely have to do is to be able to fund themselves, to be able to have a group of people who believe in what you're doing and the reasons you're doing it before you claim that you can just get land out in the middle of the ocean. Then, when there are enough people believing in that idea and working toward that idea, that is a large project that you can craft, but don't try and do that right away. That shouldn't be the effort. You're doing it wrong out there, people who are trying to go zero to seasteading. All of these things. Aiden Wright said, with a cruise ship, you can have a greenhouse and even a farm, and you can add solar panels to create power. All you need is to solve the fuel issue. Well, technically, if you have enough solar panels, you can drive an engine with that. That's completely possible. So as long as you can store that electrical energy, you could have just an onboard, solar. There's solar boats. There just are. Jackson Gaming says we now have.
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Well, yeah, I'm good. I appreciate it. Jackson Gaming says we now have over $40,000 in our own money in our economy. Aiden Wright said, can it be turned into USD? Jackson Gaming says, no, not yet, sadly. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. So many micronations are like, yeah, we're going to do seasteading, we're going to do all these things, but we don't have any money yet. That's where Aeternia has been for a long, long time. So there is no problem with that. That's a step to development. That's a step to your growth. But if you're truly trying to develop a country, you do have to create finances, and that's just something that is hard to do. But we have a whole series on it, and you guys can check that out. And we're going to be continuing to grow that series very soon as we've just had a lot more influx of economic activity that we're going to talk about and how we're going to handle that. And what we're going to do with it. Aiden Wright says, FLD says, AP, how many imperial notes have been mailed out? I mean, it by not price, but how many numerical notes?
You've had 315, right? It's 315 so far.
315, what?
You've sold 3 sets of 15, right?
There's been quite a number.
Yeah, but I figured this week you sold 3 sets of 15.
I sold 1 set of 15. I sold 2 sets of 5. I've sent out 2 sets of 5. So we're trying to figure out like right now because we've actively been mailing stuff out. So as part of like the, you come hang out.
How are you gonna keep up with it now? I thought you were tracking it all.
We have 2 things. One, the description in our.
I meant your notebook, where you were keeping up with how many were made and how many were sold.
My notebook. I keep up.
You said you want to keep up with how many were out there.
That's true. I have one. I have accounts of that on my computer. Yeah. And I want to pull it up, but I don't want to dox people. I want to pull up like the account stuff so I can count back in our Etsy.
Is it
how much we made?
Like a Google Doc, or is it like?
It's in an Excel file, a Google Sheets file. Yeah.
I'll log into your stuff on my phone, and then it could be said that way, and it won't be shown up there.
Cool. But that's only like part of it. You also need to log into like the Etsy and stuff.
Why do you have to get an Etsy if you kept up with it all on?
Because I haven't put these newest orders in. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I haven't updated
my laptop instead. I don't want to do it on my phone.
Okay. So yeah, we're trying to figure that out right now for you.
Is that more?
FLD. Aiden said maybe use hydropower so the sea can be your fuel. That would be very interesting. Hydropower is generally created from moving water. Generally like in a waterfall where you have a very, very consistent amount. People have tried to use like ocean waves to do that, but as you're far out in sea, there are less and less ocean waves to be found. The sea has some pretty high waves, but it depends on your location, you know, how those weather patterns emerge around it, that sort of thing. So that may not be the best reliable source. I would say solar is very reliable. Wind also on the ocean would probably be fairly reliable. Potentially hydropower, but it'd be few and far between, and I wouldn't use it as your main power source. As far as moving water. Richard Taylor says, Aiden Wright, I thought about all of that. Unless I can get some major financial backing, it's not going to happen. Exactly. Major financial backing. That's what we're trying to do right now. That's our whole thing. Major financial backing. We're trying to get to it. Aiden says, if you can get a rich guy who wants to leave his country to back you. Jackson Gaming says, AP, you should give a one-time thing to channel regulars for half price in the shop for one day. Not all on the same day, just when you use it starts counting down. I'll probably do that. Like, I'll probably hit up sales and stuff all of a sudden. I got you guys. I will definitely hit you guys up on that. Aiden Wright says, AP, I'll link the Restream free plan in Discord for you when I join. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Also, please do. Aiden Wright says, less waves at sea. You haven't watched Deadliest Catch? Deadliest Catch specifically is in is it the North Sea? I think it's in the North Sea or the Alaskan, like, I think it's the North Sea. I think the sea where Alaska is called the North Sea. The North Sea, if I'm calling it by the correct name, is incredibly active. It is in a very high...
I'm glad to see you using my system.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought you didn't like mess with this anymore, but there's like more things added that I didn't put there.
Yeah.
You're using it.
Of course.
Yay, keep it organized. I'm happy. All right, I found that one and that one. Neither one of those were. Do you know the name of the doc? Can I put it?
Yeah, it's in spreadsheets.
Oh, I didn't realize I could just look for it.
It might be this. Nope. Sorry. Exit out.
I know how it works, just.
Sorry.
This one.
Treasure, probably. So
No, that's just money. It's not.
yeah. Okay, so then if you can go into Etsy. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. But if you just go into Etsy, there's
Alright. I don't know the stuff for that one,
I
so.
get you. Yeah. I'll have to log in on that. But multiple things. Dead. The North Sea is a specific, particularly active uh, zone where a lot of fronts come through. Very active weather patterns, just by nature of where it is in the Earth's rotation and Earth's magnetic field, and all that stuff. Elijah Wood said, "What are your thoughts on using a cryptocurrency as the main currency of a micronation?" It's definitely possible. Excuse me, possible. A lot of micronations do that actively. So that's most definitely possible. FLD says, I'm a head out, and if you get the number of notes, DM me on Discord, and I'll mention it on the Aeternian show. Also, Aeternian show episode 5, I'm adding a face cam or showing my face. Hey, congratulations. Also, be careful and make sure your parents are comfortable with that and stuff. It's an important thing to remember. Also, I appreciate you. Guys, check out the Aeternian show as well. Nathan does the Aeternian show for us. We're having its 4th episode drop tomorrow. So check that out. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. 8 a.m. We're gonna have that up Central Standard Time. Richard Taylor says the Bering Sea. Yes, I knew it was something like that.
Great email.
Yes. I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Shot manager. Yeah. Shot
No,
manager.
I'm gonna save your stuff in the orders.
Steeler.
Mm-hmm.
Orders
All
and shipments.
these visits, orders.
Orders and shipments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we've had 9 total orders on the shop. Go to
That's for
okay.
a pen. That's for a
That's 3, 4, 7. Go up. Wait, hold up. 5. Wait. So
15, 20, 35.
yep. So far we've counted 35 notes. Let's keep going. Go up. Gotta complete it. 35, 30, 40, 45, 55,
70.
60, 70, 80, 95 notes. Well, 96, I think, technically.
95.
95 plus one that I sent to Stephen, just for you.
Okay.
96. 96 notes we have given out.
Well, 35 of them are to be shipped, but.
Yes. 35 are to be shipped. 95 notes have been purchased. We have made 95 US dollars specifically for the purpose of backing our currency. That's 95 imperial notes that will have been shipped around the world thus far. Richard Taylor says the Bering Sea. Jackson Gaming says AP. So real quick, I'm gonna hit up Nathan about that. So 95.
Did you read this one?
Jumping back in. Yes.
You did that?
Yes.
Does Steven get the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Multiple things. Jackson Gaming said AP have something, a Word document on Google Docs that would like to see it. It contains all writing from the past when it was writing on change. I'm confused. Aiden said close enough. Liberland uses cryptocurrency. Good morning from Pennsylvania. It's 12:06 a.m. Oh, wow. I appreciate it. Also, it's cool that you're in Pennsylvania checking us out. I definitely appreciate that.
So these are all to the same person, right?
Yep.
So if I go ahead and I cut these up, I just put them all in one, or you have to ship them
No,
out?
they've been shipped at different times.
Oh.
Oh, wait, all of these?
Yeah. These are the ones that's here.
Oh,
for
new?
redeem.
Yeah, no. They're all to the same person. Yeah, that's what I'll probably end up doing.
I'll go cut out 35 then.
I appreciate it. Yeah. As well, we are hitting up some new stuff. Um, Aeternian Aiden Wright said EST gang. Yeah. Yep.
Have you done that one yet?
That's his patch.
You haven't finished it?
No. Yeah.
You better
we've
give
talked
him an
about this.
apology.
Oh, I have.
Do it right
times.
now.
No, I have multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah. We've like had long discussions about this. I have been trying to make Steven a patch for forever. For 5 evers, and it's still something that I have to do. He and I have had like consistent talks about it, and me just profusely apologizing. Those patches are hard to make. I've actually taken them off the store. Steven is the only one that bought one during the time when they were around, but they are insanely hard to make. I made one for myself and I showed it off. That's true. We'll get an easier system to make them and we'll put them back up. But for right now, I tried to make like these nice cloth. You can check out the video that I did advertising them. Patches that I made for the channel, and I wore one in the video and tried to show it off in pictures. Set up the Etsy site for it, and then or set up the advertisement on Etsy, and then I tried to make Steven. Steven bought one almost instantly, and I have yet to be able to send him that very same one. I had this idea to be able to do all sorts of different colors and all sorts of different stuff. I ended up goofing and not having the color that I needed, so I had to go buy that. Then when I tried to, I picked out a really hard fabric to do it with. So it has just thus far been kind of a money sink and me trying to fix it. So that's been a big issue with getting Steven out his thing. And it's not even about the money anymore. It's just like a personal thing. I want to get it to him. And so it's just, it's a, it's a work in progress. So I didn't want to put anybody else on the same situation and put them even farther behind. So I took it off the store. Hopefully in the future it'll be back. Richard Taylor said, "Good morning from Virginia." Multiple things. Good morning from Pennsylvania and Virginia.
These are the ones that got messed up.
Put them off to the side over there, and then we'll look through them later. Yeah, thank you. So Aiden Wright said EST gang, best gang ever, best time zone ever, and best gang ever. Jackson Gaming said, "Would you like to see my War documents? If so, I'll drop the link below." Sure, go ahead. Just don't post the link in the Discord. Aiden Wright said, "Aeternia is already in debt. We have sold 95 notes." Yes, and we're actually delivering 95. That's the crazy thing about the way that our... Yeah, that was me.
I was like, they're so perfect.
Yep. And then I was so sad. Yep, that's what happened to me. Yep.
That's disappointing.
We had a failed print in some of our notes, and they were so pretty. They came out so pretty and so like colorful, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, do you notice the difference?
Yep, I do.
These are darker.
Yep, I do. Yeah. And so we're sending out our notes. We're excited about it, but it is a work in progress. Even just sending out the notes, we've made 95 notes. We have gotten basically $100 now in our Etsy coffers. We are slowly building up the Etsy store, and we're about to get more stuff on there soon. I hate to take down anything that's on the Etsy store because I never want you guys to feel like you have less to choose from, but we're going to make it worth it. We're building it back up, and hopefully we'll get these patches able to be done right. So that's going to be a whole thing. Aiden Wright says, "Can you show one? Can we show one of the notes?" Yeah, absolutely. We can show one of the notes, and we'll also show the patch. I'll go back and show a patch. Thank you very much.
Where do you have it at?
I think it's in the room.
It's not in that.
Oh, it might be in that. One. Da-da-da. It's hard to see them, but let me backlight it for you. Oh gosh, this camera is just awful too as part of it at picking up detail like this. But these are our Imperial notes. They look a lot better in person, I promise. They're a lot more shiny and sleek looking. As you can see, there is like a shine on it. It looks more three-dimensional in person than it does on camera. I'm kind of disappointed. But it has like roses on it. It has like the purple banners. Very pretty.
The notes in here, can we use these?
Oh, sure. Yep.
I meant to sell.
What's up?
To sell, because you only have
Oh.
6,
No.
and then I don't know if there's enough in there.
No. I think there are. If there's not, we'll go and print some more. But those are some from my original creation. So
Depends on me.
we've had multiple prints of these notes because we have had so many. Richard Taylor says Aeternia t-shirts would be cool. Um, okay, I could see it. I could hit it up. We could definitely make some Aeternia t-shirts. Richard Taylor, I will hit you up just for you. I will set up some Aeternia t-shirts. We will get it. Um, uh, Aiden said yes. Uh, Elijah Wood says, how many citizens do you have as of today? As of today, let's check us out. I can tell you right now, if you hop onto our Discord, you should be able to figure that out yourself. Everybody who has a citizen tag is tagged, and those are all of our citizens. So let's see. As of right now, we have citizens. Um, Hall of the Empire. We have 6 citizens plus me makes 7 total citizens. We are up from 5 that we had, I think, at the beginning of the year, and we are just growing quickly. Um, Aiden says population check time. Exactly. We're hitting up population checks. We're in everything. Jackson said, AP, can you not see my link? We can't see your link. I'm sorry about that, Jackson. Aiden says, I wonder how much it grew since I left. Yeah, as of right now, we have 7. The thing about Eternian population, though, that you have to remember, the thing that's so unique about Eternia, and why I've been personally so hype about its development, Eternia tries to make citizenship uh, well deserved. So when people become citizens in the Empire of Eternia, it's not just a light decision. A lot of micronations have 100, 200 citizens because that's how they rule. That's what they do. If you want to become a citizen, you can become a citizen, and then you can become a citizen of any other micronation, and it's kind of just like a badge that says you visited. Um, what I want for Eternian citizenship and what we've grown Eternian citizenship to be is a badge of honor. We have created Eternian citizenship in such a way. Hold up. Richard Taylor says, I'll make 8. Absolutely. Richard will make 8. I am very excited to see Richard join us. Richard, that's actually something that I want to talk to you about right now. Richard, while you're on, we're going to talk about more in a second, but yes, we have been trying to create the citizenship program as a badge of honor, and that meaning it takes work to be a citizen. I believe Richard Taylor is going to be a great addition to us, and I'm excited to see that. Richard, um, so one of the big things that I can do talking to you, if you don't mind, Richard Taylor says I'll probably be the oldest. That's fantastic. How old are you, Richard? As well, you filled out a citizenship form. That's right. I need to go back and check out your citizenship form. Um, but in developing our nation, the biggest 2 things that we've asked for is that our citizens either pay a citizenship tax, which helps us economically, or help to develop the empire economically in some other means. So all of our citizenships are monetarily worth a value to us. All of our citizenships are incredibly precious. Richard Taylor says 47. Richard Taylor, that's incredible, man. First off, thank you very much for being part of such a young, budding community and teaching people. I know even if you're just hanging out and watching, if you comment, if you talk to the other people who are in micronationalism, I think you're helping it grow because I'm an older person pursuing micronationalism. I'm 22. I'm not particularly old, but um, micronationalism is something that is very heavily populated by children, and that's not. I think that's because of the certain fantasy style that a lot of people take it to. But in realist micronationalism as well, it's just a small budding community. So having someone who's experienced a good bit of life, who has their head on their shoulders, and who has made something for themselves is really, really important. and I think is something to teach a lot of micronationalists. Um, for me, I want to be able to provide a life for people. So I am looking for adults. I am looking for people who are serious about changing their lives and who want to pursue something that is toward their passions. So um, for me, citizenship is something that has to be economically valuable, and that's something that I have never um, shorted us on. All citizens of Aeternia can only be a certain Aeternian citizens as far as micronationally. You, for legal reasons, will always have to have a macronational citizenship as long as you're in land that is owned by a macronation. You know, um, if you are a part of an Eternian territory that is under a macronation, that will just be probably a regular part of life with you for you because you have to interact with that that macronation. You are inside of it. So as far as micronations, though, we want to make sure that our citizens are loyal and that their time in micronationalism is spent developing the nation that they are in and a part of. So that's something I've always done to make sure we have the most committed people working toward our goals, the most excited people, the people who deserve it, people who want to be officials for us should be people who are every day working at that. That's the second thing, is that in developing that, we really want. What's up? That's all right. We showed the attorney in notes. Tiffany said she couldn't find the badge right now. I'll find that in the future and I'll show it to you guys. Um, yeah, so multiple things. Um, ooh, okay, hold up. So, Richard, I want to get back to this conversation. Jackson Gaming and Chris Ledger said, can you send us a link for the form to fill out for the show? Yes, absolutely. I sure can do that, and I'll do that right now. So if you don't know, we are creating a micronational map news show. It's probably going to be called the Micronational Review or the Micronation Review, something like that. It's going to be created by two guys, one of whom is an active citizen right now, Matt. The other one is his brother, who they're going to be working together on creating a micronational news show for us. And so that's the big plan with all of this, is to be able to drop a link to you guys like I'm doing right now, and allow anybody who wants to fill out information about their micronation, who is on the map, who can um, uh, Jackson Gaming said, did you get my location? I sure did, Jackson. I'll hit you up on the micronational map and update that very soon. Um, I just don't want to do that on stream and cause any issues. So um, when we have developed this, we're trying to do it so that people who are already a part of our micronational map, which if you don't know what that is, it's on our website. I'll actually show you here. Plenty of people all around the world have actually joined our micronational map to document where micronations are located. As of right now, um, you can see all of the different places that have developed so far. This is just in the US. Um, you can go over here into Europe and see Portugal, a number in Spain, a number in the United Kingdom, in Poland, in Belarus, in Russia, in Azerbaijan, in you know Korea. There have been micronations in the Philippines. There have been micronations all over the world who have, none in Australia for some reason yet, but we're getting there. There have been micronations absolutely all over the world who have helped us to develop this. I think right now there are 55 nations, maybe over 55, who have been a part of this map. And so we want to cover those nations, and we want people to see um, what those things are and the way that they go. Um, uh, Aiden said BTWM KTM. I actually deleted my gaming channel when I was trying to figure out how to give my channel to my brother. Oh, interesting. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll say what's good, KTM. KTM at one point was one of our citizens. He's actively pursuing like political stuff. Good for you, KTM. And I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you joining the stream. It's good to have you. Um, So yeah, Richard, the biggest thing for us is trying to make sure that we're putting in effort and that we're continually growing. So we absolutely want you to be a citizen. The question is what style your citizenship is. There are people who really, really enjoy what we do, but who just don't have the time to spend to actually put in work and to develop stuff economically for us. So those people generally will contribute financially. You know, they'll pay their citizenship tax on Patreon. It's $1 a month, and you can earn citizenship. You have say, and you learn about what we're doing. From there, if you want to develop further and get into stuff that's by your own means, but it's not required for citizenship. There's another avenue. Corvée is a French word for essentially like paying for something through labor. And so it's like a labor tax effectively. And so that's a similar thing that we do in the Empire of Eternia. If you can't pay your citizenship monetarily, a citizenship tax, you create content for us, and that content we can monetize. And we take the profits from that and we develop it into shows on YouTube, and we make money off of the little bit of revenue that we get from that. So that helps us to grow economically as well, and that's even something that can turn into a deal with us that does things with sharing percents of that monetization and stuff. But that all depends on how that progresses. Right now, that's the way that we're set up. Is we're trying to figure out do you as a person, not specifically Richard, but anybody who's wanting to be in the Empire of Eternia, um, how do you see yourself being a part of the Empire of Eternia, and what do you want as that end goal? There are some people who say, I'm just here kind of to experience things right now and to hang out, and then I will figure out from there where I want to go. There are some people who come in and say, I know eventually one day I want to live in Eternia. There are just varying degrees of that, and so I want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable at what they're doing and how they're doing it, and that everybody feels a part of Eternia. Eternia is real, and we want to make people feel that it is real. We want people to um, know that even though we're not right out their back door, that we are a place that's only so far away, and we are actively trying to get to where they are. So, um, you helping us in that development is monumental. And we just want to make sure that any help that is donated to us, any time, any effort, any money that's donated to us is going to somewhere that's important, and that people know where it's going and people have an expectation of us. Um, First off, uh, Jackson said, okay, one more thing. Did you get my form for the Micronation review? Jackson, uh, if I did, I don't think that you included an actual news description. I would recommend you go back and fill it out again or edit your submission so that we can get an actual documentation of what happened. We fixed the mandatory settings for it so that it does. Do you guys have the link? Let me see if you guys have the link. So far, it doesn't look like you do. Okay. So let me see if I can post a link. Boop. Can everybody see that? I hit the link. Let's see if it does it. I don't see my thing popping up at all. Concerning. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's in there at all. Oh, there we go, but in that one it is. I'm very confused. Okay, I'm going to go into YouTube and hit you guys up just in the comments on the video. This is going to suck for a second because you guys are going to have to hear the video play out loud. Oh gosh. Okay, good. I'm so glad that that didn't occur. I thought I was streaming on... So because of the weird way that I set up this YouTube channel, it technically has a second like weird hidden YouTube channel that has no content on it. I was worried that I was live streaming on that YouTube channel, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm doing this all for naught. Um, yeah, so now I'm trying to jump back into our actual video. Here it is. Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump in the comments real quick with you guys. Um, Control V. There's the link to the thing. There's the link to the news form. Please fill it out completely. I appreciate you guys. Nice. I hit you guys up. Got it. Cool. So now, jump back into our Micronational map. Yeah, so that's what everybody's asking about is, where's the information to get on that news show? So anybody that's on our Micronational map or wants to be on our Micronational map, please hit us up at Aeternianempire@gmail.com. That will allow you to contact us and fill out forms to get on our Micronational map. If you want to actually develop a citizenship with the Empire of Aeternia, that's something that you can go on our Discord as well or email us at aeternianempire@gmail.com to be a part of. But as far as this Micronational map, what this map allows us to do is to know where different micronations are located and help to suggest to micronational communities how they can best interact with each other and how, who's nearby. So it's a resource for you guys.
Close the top on it.
That's amazing. I appreciate you. Tiffany's very good at working in our treasury as well. Tiffany's actively helping us to make some notes right now, taking the raw sheets that the notes are printed on and actually cutting them to size and completing the finalized notes, polishing them up, making them look good. So multiple things. Jackson Gaming, when is the show coming out? That's something that's still in development. We're hoping to get more and more responses to this form. The more responses we have to this form, the more we can actively develop that. But if you want to be a part of the Micronational news show that's going to be coming based on the micronations on this map here, please go onto our map, fill it out, check out our website. I will post the link to that as well. And you can check out the Micronational map for yourself. It's aeternianempire.wixsite.com/imperial market. Rachel Veer said, love the map idea. I appreciate it. The Micronational map has been going on for quite a while. We've been doing that for, I think, the last couple years. But the new development for that is this show. And that's the big point that I'm trying to advertise to you guys now, is that if you guys are interested in actually having your news for your nation on our show that we're going to be doing about these nations, please hit us up. Aeternianempire.wixsite.com /the Imperial Market. That's where you can find this map. That's where you can contact us, fill out a contact form, send us your information. Please, when you fill out forms for us, definitely have your email address included in that so we can get back to you on everything. The show is going to come out as soon as we can get more applications for this and more forms filled out. So I'm excited for that. We have 7 viewers. Thank you guys very much. Richard, I would like to hear more from you, though. As far as your citizenship, as far as everything you're interested in doing, I would love to hear more about where you see yourself fitting in and what you want to do. I very much am excited and honored to have somebody who wants to help us in any way and shows us respect and shows us that realism. That's what we're seeking. We are seeking people to help make us more real by identifying with us and by becoming a part of us. Jackson Gaming says, okay, you got mine, might be a little short, but I'll make sure that it will be deleted as I can make it. Aiden Wright said, good night, AP. I'll hit you up on Restream so you can stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I appreciate that. That would help us a lot, actually. Yes, I think that would be fantastic. And that's really what we're just trying to do, is to allow people more ease of access to do that. It looks like a number of people are hopping off, though. What I would... Because it's 1 a.m. and that makes sense. First off, this is a freshly new note that we just cut. This is by Tiff. So let me show y'all this real quick. Beautiful, beautiful. As
Look,
you can see,
they're all the same size.
fantastic note. Ooh, very, very clean. I love this. As you can see, a stack of notes right here. This is about to go to some lucky individuals right here. Aeternian notes held by the Emperor. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Was this the amount that's left? Do we need to go reprint some more?
We gotta get more.
Yeah, okay.
So this and that. Is that one that I handed you to?
I think so. Are these the other notes or the new ones? Elijah Wood says, do we have to send in exactly where our micronation is to be on the map? Actually, that's a great question. Here's what we require for the micronational map. Kingdom of Chrisberg says, Christopsburg says, Begonic notes are square. That's very cool. As well, Elijah, to answer your question, the things that we require to be on the map, email us eternianempire@gmail.com. We have, what we require is the name of your nation, a picture of its flag, like a JPEG or PNG picture of your flag, have the name of your leader and their title. So are they a king? Are they the president? What is that? As well, so the name and title of your leader, as well a good contact email address to contact you back at. And for other people, when you're on the map, you can actually check out here, if we go back to our micronational map, that you can click on different countries as well and see information about them. So this is a very useful resource. You get information about these different nations, and you can learn all about them.
I need 21 more.
Gotcha. Thank you. Notes? Yeah. So that's a fantastic way to go about learning about which nations are in your neighborhood. Just like Bagan here. We were just looking at them. See, they have their information about Bagan, they have their leader's name, they have their setup, and they have their email. The thing about this as well is we ask you to send GPS coordinates, but we don't require them to be the exact GPS coordinates of your nation. So you either send us an address or GPS coordinates that we can plug into Google Maps, but we don't want it to be your exact coordinates. Don't give us, your personal home address. Give us somewhere nearby, within a town of you or something.
Like a store.
Yes. Give us something
Pick like a public place.
Yes. But what we don't want is if you live in Illinois, don't send us coordinates in Yugoslavia. Don't send us coordinates that are so far away from you that if for whatever reason you happen to find another micronation that was nearby and they contacted you and they said, hey, we're 20 miles from each other. Can you believe that? Let's connect. Let's build these nations together. Let's get the whole community on board. Well, you're actually 8,000 miles away, and that defeats the purpose of the map. So what we want to do is help to strengthen the micronational community with that and to make it bigger and better. So we do ask for nearby GPS coordinates. They don't need to be your exact. We don't want you to put exactly that just for your own safety and privacy, but put them nearby enough that you could drive to it and it would be close, at least within the same state, certainly within the same side of the state. We'd really like it within the same city if you can. We want it to be absolutely as close to accurate as possible, without revealing exactly where you are and creating a dangerous situation. It's a hard line to juggle, but I will leave it up to your guys' discretion. If you do put somewhere ridiculous though, like I've seen some people put islands that are like uninhabited and stuff, or things that are like not even close to just knowing where they live. Like know it, if you hit me up, you're probably not in
national seas.
Yeah, people do that. People will just drop pins in the middle of the sea. People will drop pins in Antarctica and stuff, or in the most tippy top, like physical possible point in like Greenland or whatever, and I'm like, no, you actually do not live there, and they'll be like, I do not, and then I'm like, listen, then don't do it, please. We're trying to have a fairly accurate map. Um, Richard Taylor says, I'd prefer something behind the scenes that involves complex problem solving that isn't related to finances, preferably something like FEMA. I understand. So that's the thing that's difficult, though, Richard, and that's what we're trying to figure out. If you are interested in doing something like this and in supporting us, the.
Doing napkins?
Yep.
Any
Got
more?
it. No, just a drop. So, Richard, if you are seriously interested in helping us develop, those are our requirements. We would very much like to uh, to have you behind the scenes, but the way that our development works is generally out in public. You know, our entire presence right now is social media. And that's the thing that's helped to drive our economy thus far. That's the thing that's helped to build us to the point that we are. As we grow larger and larger, we absolutely will need more behind the scenes stuff. But because our economy and our growth relies on us being able to provide value to our citizens and for our citizens to be able to provide us direct monetary value back, we do require that if you're going to work as a part of your citizenship, that you do have to make content for us, because that's what we can monetize. In, you know, having a few hundred more watch time hours, we will be able to, I think it's like 1,200 or 1,500 more watch time hours or something like that. When we get just a few more watch time hours, we will be able to monetize our channel, and that's something that we're planning on this year. So our big hope here is that we can not only have um, uh, citizens who have their development directly through, and their citizenship directly through. Can we go back to here? Yeah, no, that's perfect. Sorry, I'm messing Tiffany up. Um, and then 3 fingers. Yep, and then click on that one for me. Yep.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Tiffany has the same computer with, as me, which is cool because she just got it not too long ago. So whenever she like figures out a thing on mine, it's also useful in hers. Um, the the thing that I was trying to bring up is just saying that, um, Richard, if you do want to do something for us and want to have a role, say in the Aeternian government, that's something that does take a while to achieve. As a citizen, we would want you to make content. We would want you to be an active voice in our community. That's the big challenge that I would have to you, is do you think you can be a voice in this community? Can you talk to people? That's something that's been hard. We've had people who are younger who have talked. We've had people who, who have, personal anxiety about things like that, talk on our YouTube channel, and it's been phenomenal to hear people, to hear what they have to say, and to learn about um, what they want out of life and what they see Aeternia is. So for me, this is difficult as well. You know, I am not somebody who um, who has always wanted to create a YouTube channel or has always wanted to um, develop an entertainment platform. I think this is out of necessity. I'm super loving being here, and I'm glad that I did it. It's an incredible experience to have in your life, but I do recommend that you um, try to help us create that content. It doesn't necessarily have to be showing your face if you don't want to. We can figure out something if that's your concern, but we absolutely would want you to create content for us if at all possible. Um, that's how we make money. That's how we live. And you don't have to know how to do that right away. We can happily teach you how to do that, but it is something that's, important for us as our identity as Aeternians. People ask me all the time, what does it mean to be Aeternian, and what does that look like? Show me the rule book, show me the list that describes what Aeternia is, and how it functions, and what its culture is like, what all its people are like. That's something that we have to show to people, and that's something that's really important for people to know when they see our channel, that they're seeing our citizens, that they're seeing the diverse group of individuals who make up this country and how wonderful it is. Just like this girl and her cat right here. Very, very cool. And that's just something that's... my camera went out. Goodness, I'm always goofing it. I'm always goofing. You guys love this picture. I know you do. I know it's your favorite. Okay, here we go. We're back. We're back in business. So the thing that I was saying is trying to develop the Empire of Eternia has been something that's particularly difficult just because of that need for ensuring that everybody is economically a part of Eternia and contributing to Eternia specifically. Hey, there we go. We want people to uh, ooh, hey, Richard Taylor says, as long as I don't have to be on camera, I'll give it a shot. That's fantastic. Richard, that's 100% perfect. We just want to hear your voice. We want to hear your opinions. And we want to work with you to make something fun. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a part of our community, you're going to be a part of our family. You're going to be a part of.
Well, wasn't Nate just saying that he might, his next show, he might do like a face camera too? So that means the first couple of ones he didn't.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be in a video. You don't have to be physically in the video to make a video.
100%. You absolutely do not need to be in a video to make a video.
Just probably means you need more visual content that's pleasing to the eye to catch viewers.
100%. Tiffany's absolutely right. She said, if you guys didn't hear, she said, you need to have, if you're not going to be on camera, you need to have more visually stimulating content based in like your editing. So, for example, editing photos in as you talk about a topic. If you're talking about the Empire of Aeternia, showing like the flag and the leader and stuff like that.
Something to look at.
Absolutely,
Doesn't
something
have
to
to
look
be
at.
perfect.
Doesn't have to be perfect. Just if you can keep kind of a scroll of pictures going as you're talking that relate to the topics you're talking about, it shoots viewership up. I promise. I've done multiple videos where I've just kind of sat in front of the camera and just talked for a second, or where I've done edited videos and actually had a picture move by the screen, and just one or two pictures moving by the screen every once in a while really changes how much people pay attention. Um, Doing that quicker and having better edits and jump cuts and stuff just shoots content quality up through the roof. So that's what I recommend. We can talk about that more on Discord, and I can hit you up very soon about that because I do want to get you in this citizenship. There's another person as well that I've been trying to do the same thing with, and that's the issue, is just trying to develop a plan with them, trying to get people to work together and to become citizens and to know each other. So we're 100% going to help with that and to try and get that set up. As well, Jackson, it's good to see you back. I'm glad to have you here. So yeah.
He's making muffins.
Oh, Tiff's cat's here, and she's been loving him so much. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing that I'm excited for. Richard, to you specifically, I'm excited for your citizenship, and I'm moving forward in trying to work with you on that. Like I said, I want to go back and look at your application again and really write you a well-rounded, well-focused, I should say, message on what I want to do to move forward with that. But we absolutely want people to be able to have an easy path to citizenship here. It's always going to be something that is a badge of honor. It's always going to be a finish line to be earned. But we will 100% help you on the way to get there. Believing in Eternia is a huge thing. That's something that has always flattered me, and like brings me to tears to talk about, is that people came to this place and actively come here and see me talking on this show and see other people who have talked about Eternia, talked about this place that at one point was just something that I've wanted, some vision that I saw for what could happen, and I appreciate people supporting that.
Like him, his vision, what he sees in front of him is that bowl of food that you didn't finish eating, and he wants to go for it.
That's correct. Tiffany's cat Moondust is steadily eyeing my bowl of soup, so I'm going to actively play Ring Around the Rosie with Moondust, hiding this bowl of soup. But yeah, it's just been phenomenal as a journey, and it's taught me a lot. It's forced me to be on camera, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you for being here with me through every step of this. And that's what makes me know that we can. Richard, I know you can make a good show. I know we can hang out and have fun. I know you can be a voice of input and you can get into a government position. We're just going to work to a place where by the time you are ready to step into a government position, by the time you're ready to step into your citizenship, you already know that there is something waiting for you, that you have carved, a path that we have set out as a new branch of Aeternia, as a new part of it, as something that helps us to grow and that you feel like has been the thing you've wanted. So we're trying to create that. We're trying to set that up for everyone. And it's just a work in progress. It's something that takes a long time, and it's not something that you can ever do in a day. I don't ever want to grant a citizenship to someone in a day just because it's not what this is about. It's about helping to create a partnership with people and helping to create a bond with this community uh, to where people who come here want to stay here. And that's the idea, is to always listen to people's inputs, always know uh, that directions are going to change, but that ultimately we are trying to find people who are dedicated to building a life with us, and we're excited for that. Um, so Jackson Gaming says, Richard Taylor says, not to change the subject, but whatever happened to Lovely? I watched the videos on it being formed and haven't heard anything about it for a while. 100%. So that's actually something that inspired Eternia quite a bit. Lovely, if for those of you that don't know, was a micronation in the UK. They were created by a guy named Danny Wallace, who was a comedian in the UK, part of the BBC. And the BBC, the British Broadcast Channel or British Broadcast Company, um, started a show with this guy named Danny Wallace, who was trying to create his own micronation. And that show was a comedic show. It was about this guy, Danny Wallace, calling people up and basically saying, "Hey, I'm starting my own country. Here's my flag." And he went to like a print shop in London and got like it professionally designed. There were all sorts of different aspects of him going around to professionals, going to a Parliament building, going to Tony Blair's house, going to, all of these different areas, going to the UN, uh, going to castles, and declaring himself the king and trying to set up, their own anthem and all these different things. And it was for a show. It was a very popular show at the time, and it just ended. Like it was a thing that was supposed to be a small project, and they kind of joked about it and had their fun with it. And then Danny Wallace just stopped doing it. Um, um, it was absolutely just for. Jackson said, "I think that was just for a documentary. I think I didn't sound real to me. I have seen it BTW. That's cool. Yeah, it is. It was specifically for a comedic, documentary, mockumentary, whatever you want to call it, um, that was designed to point out the idea of micronationalism and uh, make it humorous. Um, and so, on the one hand, it's kind of weird because it is like a humorous like jab at micronationalism, but it also was a sincere take on it and somebody trying to get started with that. However humorous it was. I don't ever think Lovely was meant to be a serious thing. I don't think they were ever legitimately trying to start a nation. I just think it was based on the premise of what if a random person tried to. Um, and it's really cool. It's something that stopped, but I think a lot of micronations can live on through the concept of that anybody can start that, and that whatever degree of seriousness they choose to pursue that with um, depends on them. And that's something that's particularly wonderful about this community. That even things like a comedic BBC show, we can take and say, hey, what about that? What does it mean to do that? What is this person still developing this? Richard Taylor says I was really inspired by those videos. Absolutely, they are something that shows that exact concept that anybody can do that. And it's just wonderful to see an example of that in modern pop culture. And I think that's something that more people need to be aware of. So if you guys haven't checked out The Kingdom of Lovely, Danny Wallace, you guys definitely should. It's a BBC show that ran quite a few years back. Um, but now we are trying to do the real life version of that. Now we are trying to legitimately start a country, uh, we have formed one. We've created a government. Now we are moving forward with our purchase of land. We even have our own currency and people who have been purchasing our currency and helping to grow our economy. So we're going to be continuing to add more things to the imperial market and everything else very soon. But that's, the big thing for me is just trying to chase those citizenship numbers to show you guys 95 notes sold within the last, what is it, probably 8-10 months that we've had the imperial market. $100 sold. That's fantastic. 100 US dollars transferred into 100 imperial notes. People saying this value belongs to the Empire of Aeternia. That is absolutely wonderful. Tiffany's cat just mirror magic disappeared behind the curtains only to reveal himself again. He's very cute. And just to say that, yeah, we absolutely want people to be able to feel inspired by micronationalism and by what we're attempting to do. It's not something that's easy to do, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. It's a fun thing. It's a special thing, but ultimately, it's us trying to create new lives for ourselves. So I appreciate that. Richard Taylor says, will Aeternia have its own calendar and holidays? I actually wanted to drop a video talking about that specifically very, very soon. One of the things, we're having a new document coming out about the Empire of Aeternia. It's called the Guide of Foundation and Principles. And I want to talk about that very soon. It's basically just laying out the concept for the Empire of Aeternia and just kind of what the government positions are.
The music says don't play.
Don't play.
Don't play.
Don't play. We're serious in micronationalism. Don't play. We play a little bit. So we're setting out the Guide of Foundation and Principles, and that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to just show what our government structure is and how we're trying to do it. And then with holidays, holidays and calendar, we have within that Guide of Foundation and Principles created announced that Aeternia will be following the Holocene calendar. So Holocene calendar, yes, the Holocene calendar, which follows the same exact calendar that the rest of the world follows, except it adds a 1 in front of the year. So instead of 2021, it would be 12,021. The reason for that is because the standard calendar, the Gregorian calendar that people use currently as an international standard, is one that puts a historically inaccurate date for the birth of Christ as the basis for its calendar, BC versus AD. And so now the Holocene calendar actually decides to edit that a little bit and say, well, we should really mark the beginning for our calendar in a place where it is more accurate to how humanity has developed. So it starts its calendar beginning in the Holocene era, which describes human civilization as a developing species creating technologies. The Holocene era is described as the beginning of human civilizations, as it were, them actually creating their own things and living together for survival. So that's something that is adding an additional 10,000 years roughly to the calendar, and that's something that we really want to support. It's something that allows for, one of the things I recommend, if you haven't seen about that calendar before, sorry, I'm trying to fix our stuff right now as we're having an interesting conversation. Yeah, our thing is being weird right now. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me edit this. I don't like this one.
I'm sorry. thought I'd pick one that was closer to the bottom instead of picking on the ones that's at the top.
No, it's not anything that you did. It's just messing up the. It's just messing up the stream.
You're missing a picture. You didn't mute it. Oh, what are you doing out here?
I broke it.
What
I
are you
broke
doing
the whole
out here?
game. I ruined it, guys. I ruined it. You wanna listen? But yeah, Rachel, I appreciate that. So our calendar is actually something that I first learned about in a Kurtzagat video, which it's the In a Nutshell group. If you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend it. They talk about the Holocene calendar, and it's something that is more universal to the human experience. It doesn't base one religion over another. It doesn't base one civilization over another. The civilizations who created the things that mark the Holocene calendar don't exist anymore. It's about a human experience. It's about understanding where humanity has been and where it's come from and how it's developed throughout its history. So that's the primary thing that we are trying to advocate by changing our calendar. And I definitely hope that you guys get some benefit out of that.
See, it wasn't the video I clicked. The whole thing just messed up.
Yeah, but there's something going weird with that, though.
I don't know. I just clicked more music. I didn't do anything.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Hey.
Okay, there we go, guys.
Hey.
Hold on, let me do it. Let me do it. Yep, I'm doing it. There we go. Okay. Yep. So, that is the calendar, Rachel. If you want to check that out, Kurtzagat, they're very good. Multiple things. Richard Taylor says, I'm serious when I gotta be serious. When I'm not serious, watch out, I'm a jokester. I'm glad to hear it, Richard. That's very cool. I appreciate you. And as far as holidays, that's what I wanted to say. Aeternia has had several holidays that have been interesting that we just haven't actually started celebrating. One of them is Aeternia's birthday. It had its 4th birthday a while back. And we talked a little bit about that. We had a video about it. But I want to do Aeternia's birthday as a holiday. I want to do different moments of achievement throughout our life. You know, when our government was founded, when the Guide of Foundation and Guiding Principles comes out, Guide of Foundation and Principles comes out. I want to have all of those things documented. I also want like citizen number. You know, when we hit 10 citizens, 100 citizens, 1,000 citizens, I want all those to be marked. Rachel says, that's super interesting. I've never heard of that calendar before. I think I addressed you there. Jackson Gaming says, hey P, I'm going to head out, but first, did you get my form? I need to check it out, but I sure will. I'll get back to you on it, Jackson. Thank you. Richard Taylor says, sign me up for the use of that calendar. I like the concept of it. Thank you very much. Yeah, all you have to do is add, so in this video, if you check out the name of the stream, it's actually something like Micronational. What do you?
I thought you were reading it, so it was just leaving it on the screen.
Excuse me. I'm trying to see what the name of our YouTube video is right now. It is. Micronational News Update and Empire of Aeternia live stream 131/12/21 HE. That HE is the human era, and that's just what it defines. Instead of AD and BC, it's just 12/21 of the human era. Same month, same year, or same month, same day, just adding 10,000 to the current year date. It's very, very cool, and I would recommend you guys check it out. It was good to see you, Jackson. Rachel, I definitely appreciate that. She said, I wanted to scrap the BC AC system myself as well. Well, then you should join the Empire of Aeternia. Richard Taylor, I know you saying that you were signing up for that, and I definitely appreciate that. We're going to start doing that. I'm going to, more in my correspondence, you know, start sending that out and trying to make that the standard for the Empire of Aeternia. As well, when our Guide of Foundation and Principles comes out, that's a big thing that I want to push, and I want to push as well for the description of holidays and things within that within that document as well. So ads are terrible, but Tiffany saved us from Dave, and I just want not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, another ad.
I was confused.
Yeah, it tricked you. It goofed her.
It got me.
But so that's the whole idea for us is trying to set up that guide foundation of foundations and principles, a foundation and principles, so that we can know how Eternia is going to move forward. And in that, we want to have those holidays, and we want that to be the start of where our civilization grows from even further. We have 6 citizens right now. Before we start getting into double-digit citizens, we have to get some things nailed down. Rachel Veer says, I love the concept. She said, I appreciate the offer, AP, but I'm working on my to make my own people. Congratulations, Rachel. I'm glad to hear that, and I wish you well in that. That's something that I've always said, which is particularly interesting, that you should, instead of creating your own micronation, you should join another. I think the thing that's interesting about that concept is that when you join a micronation, you help to grow it, and you help to learn a lot. Rachel is someone that's interesting because I know she's been a part of our community for a while, and so I think, Rachel, you've been a part of the Micronational community for a while, and potentially have even had a nation before, so I definitely understand that. And even if it's something brand new and that's what you want to do is start a nation, I encourage you to do it, but I think a lot of the time people who are a part of another nation first and either commit to that nation and become a part of helping it grow, or start their own nation, worst case scenario, they're at least coming in with a concept of what they want to do and how they want to do it. They've seen another nation grow and they see how they can do it better, maybe. Um, that's the reason you should be starting a nation, not just for the desire to start a nation. If so, help someone else start a nation with a specific clear-cut goal in mind, because that's important. When you're talking about people's lives, it's a big deal. But congratulations, Rachel, and I wish you well in that. That's very exciting. I know, starting the Empire of Aeternia always felt like a rush to me, and so I'm so proud to see somebody else doing something similar. Richard said, I'm also pretty good at talking legal stuff. I took a paralegal class a while back. That's very cool. I would absolutely love to hear that. We could talk, there's a whole bunch of shows you could do. You could talk about the legality of micronationalism. You could talk about, different conventions and things like that, like, UN treaties and stuff. You could discuss concepts of, you could read through those, talk about those. Essentially, I'm trying to find people who can make either recorded content like this, or potentially something showing something out in the world around where they live, or people who are trying to make like video essay content. Video essays are really popular, and people really respond to them. That's where you record yourself talking about a topic, and you'll show pictures and videos over your audio recording to really catch people's attention. So, if somebody's talking about the Titanic and the crash there, they probably show a lot of video of the ocean and people diving near the crash site for the Titanic, and they might show clips from the movie. All of those things help to, if you've ever looked up just video essays or watched video essays, they are a phenomenal way to tell a story and to get information across. So they're becoming super popular, and I have to recommend them as a way to get into the Aeternia YouTube channel especially. We're trying to get more and more people involved in doing stuff like that, and it's going to be the thing that helps Aeternia grow ultimately. We don't, yeah, it's every time we change videos, it doesn't realize
it's not
that we're
every
changing.
time, because it didn't do it last time. It's like every other.
Yeah, it just doesn't follow the link when it sends to a new one. So yeah, that's what I recommend, is trying to create, Richard, if you can't make recorded videos like this with in-person sort of interview coverage, we really do like video essays, and they're very helpful and very informative, especially video essays about Aeternia, video essays about micronationalism in general, video essays with other micronationalists. Even just stuff that you would be personally interested in creating content about, let us know, because that's a big thing for us, is trying to show the Aeternian experience, and part of that will be you as a citizen. The biggest thing that we try and do is to have our citizens submit content first, create a video for us, we'll put it on the channel, we'll talk about it, we'll see how it does, and then from there we will offer them citizenship and try and figure out when they can regularly make videos for us. And that covers your citizenship, and that helps you get into starting to understand Aeternia more and to doing more things for us and developing into a government official where you can, start helping other people along their way through citizenship in the Empire of Aeternia. Because ultimately, what we're trying to do is to collect resources in order to become a nation. So that means manpower. That means manpower that can be turned specifically into economic resources, into profit for us. And that has to come through people donating their time and efforts. And so the people who do are the earliest investors and the most rewarded. And so I appreciate that, and I'm excited to see that you're interested. For anybody else interested at home, I definitely appreciate it. Check out the Empire of Aeternia, eternianempire.wixsite.com/imperial market, or check out eternianempire@gmail.com, our Discord. Check out our Discord, check out our Gmail, and everything else. I'm excited to see where we go with this, and I can't wait for everybody to come along with us. I think it's a unique time in our history, and I'm really proud to see everybody coming out to support us. We're going to be doing a lot soon. I'm going to be continuing to mail out these notes over the next few days. We've got quite a few orders. We've got to go reprint some more. We're going to be working on creating some more Micronational medals as stuff for our... gross.
He's so cute.
Moondust is very cute. He's very cute. But yeah, so I just think that's it's a very important time in our history. Like I said, we're going to be making those medals, which will be on the Imperial market real soon, and we're going to be having a lot come out. So I'm going to keep you guys updated with these types of videos. Hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to get a schedule for like actual like themed videos where I can film stuff and edit stuff. But for right now, hopefully there's going to be a lot more content coming up soon from other people on this channel that you'll get to check out. One of those people tomorrow is Nathan with the Aeternian Show. I'm excited to show you guys that. 4th episode coming out tomorrow, 8 a.m. And as well, just trying to get further in progress so that we can develop things for us that take us from right now where we're earning, we're about to hit $100 benchmark on our Patreon, not our Patreon, on our Imperial market. Thank you very much. On our Etsy site, on our Imperial market, we're about to hit $100 in sales. We're about to hit 100 notes. We might have actually passed $100 in sales now. We are about to pass 100 notes, specifically Imperial notes sold. So once that happens, we're going to be trying to see, how frequently we can get 100 notes sold. Is it every year? Is it every 5 months? What is it? And then as we continue to grow, we want to be able to add more things for you guys. So trying to get it going, trying to get it started. And I'm just thankful that you guys are here for that. We're going to keep making that worth your while. As always, we encourage you guys to hit us up on our applications for citizenship and on our applications for alliance. Alliance is hard because we do prefer nations who can offer economic incentive, and so that's a whole other thing. But we need you guys, and we appreciate you. Andrew Carter said, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andrew Carter. And I hope you have a good night, actually. We're about to head out here in a second, but each of these streams help out a ton. Richard Taylor says, you'll have more after my order. Be sure you print enough for me. We got you, Richard. Don't worry. We will definitely hit you up with enough. As well, we're going to start pretty soon on our website. We're going to have a page that is specifically dedicated to getting, to showing like a leaderboard for the wealthiest people in Aeternia. One of the biggest people up there is going to be Matt. One of the biggest people you already know is going to be Steven. And then maybe your boy Richard might come in here. So going to have that. Going to be thanking those people more on the streams, especially our Patreon supporters, Steven and Matt. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Next time, I'm going to give an update on how well the streams have been doing. Last time we looked and it was, yeah, it dropped from like 6 to 3.
And we can find the other pin.
Yes, and we will find the pin to show you guys that I tried to show you tonight. Richard, I'm going to get back to you in more detail later. And ultimately, we will be having a good night. Hopefully next time we'll be at 2,500 watch time hours. We're getting like really, really close. But yeah, I love you guys and I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.